The Ice Road, a movie that just debuted on Netflix. Now, the only reason why I even bothered watching this newer movie, because primarily I watch older stuff, but what caught my interest was the cast, specifically Liam Neeson and Lawrence Fishburne, starring in an action and adventure movie called The Ice Road. And I said to myself, wow, I like those two actors and stuff. The Ice Road sounds a bit like a throwback, like a late 90s movie that you would see, a late 90s action and adventure movie that you would see. So I decided to tune in. And after 1 hour and 48 minutes, it's not that long of a movie. I will say, if I had to grade this, I would give it a C. If you're not expecting anything to be great, and I wasn't expecting anything like that out of this movie, it's an average movie. It's taken down a notch again because they have a female insert character, and yes, she is as annoying and obnoxious as ever. The female is, I believe, a Native American female, or she's playing a Native American. And of course, in this movie, they have her, being what stereotypical cliche Hollywood likes to cast certain people as, that they call POC. And she's cast as the one that has to invoke, racism, even though she behaves as a racist and says racist thing in this movie. She's calling the antagonist in this movie a racist. And you really have no sympathy for her, you know. And unfortunately, minor spoiler alert, of course, she's going to survive. Even though they had a great moment in the movie that if she would have died at this part, it would have made her sympathetic. Now, let me go over what the movie is about. I almost forgot about that. The Ice Road is basically about a group of ice road truckers who must drive over frozen ice so they can deliver supplies to miners who are stuck underground. And those supplies that they would deliver would, of course, get them out of that underground area that they're stuck in. And the antagonist is pretty obvious because, of course, it's obvious nowadays. But the things that did make me enjoy this movie was, of course, Liam Neeson being in it. He gives a good, action hero performance. There's some fighting in it, but mostly is about sort of driving and surviving and trying to survive the road, the ice truck road. And it's a throwback. Again, that's what piqued my interest. It's a throwback style action movie. You can, for the most part, ignore the female insert character. She doesn't pollute too much of the movie. But if you're looking for a throwback style action and adventure movie, set in the world of ice road trucking, and it's set in Canada, by the way, then I would suggest watching this movie. Again, don't have great high expectations. If you just want a throwback action style movie and you can ignore the obnoxious female insert, like I was able to, then I believe this would be a good average experience of a movie that you can enjoy. But yeah, this movie would have done a lot better if they didn't have that female insert. And there's some, minor special effects things that are pretty obvious. But in general, it's pretty much a C. I would say C minus. You know, C minus throwback action movie that you can just enjoy. if you need something to watch.